Good morning, everyone. It's Marg from Creative Stamping with Marg. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Alberta, Canada. Today we are in a new month. It is May the 2nd, and our catalog, our new annual catalog, has gone live today. So hopefully, if you have a demonstrator, you've already received your catalog. If not, you can always contact me. I've got my website up here now on my sign so that you can contact me if you do not have a demonstrator and you would like to have a look at that catalog. Wonderful things inside of it. However, my order did not come yet. So today we are going to do some stamping, which I haven't done a lot of with you, but this is using a returning stamp set. Hello Ladybug is returning into our annual catalog. It comes as a bundle and it has a punch that looks like that with the ladybug and her wings. And that is returning in our new catalog as not as a bundle, but you can get the stamp set and the punch. So we're going to use that today, and I'm going to show you a little trick, not trick, but some ideas for using just stamping and no DSP, just our cardstock. So we're going to, I'm back in the old annual catalog, and we're going to case on page 162 this card right up in the corner here. We're not using that stamp set, but I am using the colors and the ideas that they have there. So we'll see how that goes. Won't be exactly the same, of course, but just gives you an idea how you can do something a little different. Okay, we're going to start with our Crumb Cake card base, which is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, and it will be opening this way. So that's our base. We need another piece to do the stamping, and we're going to cut this into 3 pieces. This piece is 4 7/8 by 4. And the reasoning is we have to cut it in equal pieces. So we're going to cut it 1 5/8 strips to fit on the front of this card. And I wanted quite a, an edge around it once we get it stamped and cut. So the way they did their stamping, these are for the inside, and for some of the other elements we're going to put on, we're going to use some very vanilla cardstock. All right, we need our Stampin' Pierce mat because Hello Ladybug is a photopolymer stamp set. So we are going to use the flowers out of this stamp set. I've already got them mounted on here. I think you can see them. And that's what we're going to stamp along the bottom. We are using Crumb Cake ink. I am going to use it full strength, but you could stamp off if you wanted, if you didn't want it to look as dark. So we're going to ink this up, and we're going to randomly stamp along the bottom. I also like it to come off of the page so that it looks a little more random. So that's why I have this paper on top of my Stampin' Pierce mat. Now I also turn my stamp around so that it's not always the same what we're stamping. And you just randomly stamp it, knowing that we're going to be cutting all of this off, not off, but into 3 pieces. So that's all we have to do on the bottom. While I have this out though, this is my the piece that I'm going to put inside my card. And I use my deckled rectangles to cut this so that it has that nice edge. So I'm just going to set this aside for a second, and I'm just going to stamp some of those flowers in the bottom corner, and that just sort of makes your inside go with your outside. Okay, so I'm going to put this away for now. We will need it again. Put the stamp away, and we'll set this to the side. All right, now what we have to do is we have to cut this in 3 pieces. So I brought my cutting and my Stampin' Trimmer in, and we are going to cut this into 3 pieces at 1 5/8. So 1 5/8 right there. Make sure it's up at the top. So it's going to be cut into 3 strips. So there's 1. And here's 2. So there we have our 3 strips. Now, I want to keep them in the right order so that the flowers kind of go together. You'll see what that looks like there. All right. Now, it looks to me all they did is they mounted it onto their card base. And you can space them however you like. What I normally do is I will put the outside one on and then this one on so that I can make sure that you have spaces in between. Okay, so that looks good. I am going to put them up on dimensionals because they did something, they did some twine around this, and so I'm going to give that a try. Dimensionals, here we are. So I think we probably need a few on here because they're longer strips. So there we go. I hope if you are watching and you enjoy this video and the ideas that I'm giving you, that you will give me a thumbs up. I sure appreciate that. And if you like to catch all my videos that I post every Tuesday, you can subscribe to my channel. And there is a new video every Tuesday morning. It usually posts around 8 o'clock, my time, Mountain Time. So you'll never miss them. All right. I'm excited for my order to come because I do have some new things in it. Unfortunately, shipping was really slow this time. So yeah, like I said, it didn't get here on time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put these down. Just remove the backings on your dimensionals. Sometimes they're not the easiest things to come off. I see people use their take your pick tool to get them off, and I don't have a lot of luck with that. I maybe just need to practice a little bit more to get them to come off. All right, so this one, I'm going to put it down about right there. That looks good. Like I say, you could have used, there's all kinds of stamp sets that we have that you can stamp some kind of smaller image along the bottom. And, oh, sorry, that's not the one I want to put on next. I just told you I'm going to do the 2 outside ones first and put the middle one in last. Oh, boy. All right, so now we are going to use the punch that goes with this set and use the Ladybug. She's very, very cute. Now, I'm going to turn this so I can just see it a bit better. That I want to put it. And you don't have to press it down yet. Make sure it's straight. I think that looks pretty good. Okay, and then this one goes in last. And again, you just want to make the spaces between them. You want the top and the bottom to be even, and the space between them to be even, hopefully. Let's see if I can do this. There, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, what they did on their sample, I noticed, is they had some twine wrapped around the bottom, which I really like the look of. So I have pulled the Essential Baker's Twine pack, and it has crumb cake in it. It has black, white, vanilla, Gray Granite and Crumb Cake, and I pulled the Crumb Cake out, and I thought that looked really good, but how did they get the twine around there? I don't like the twine to run inside of my card. So I went and found my dental floss threaders. These are just like a needle, except they're plastic, and they're supposed to be for dental floss, but they work really good with your twine. And I wondered if I couldn't do this and get it underneath here. I thought this might be a bit of an experiment for us. Hopefully it's not too tedious for you to watch me do this. The problem is I can't seem to pick it up when it's in there. So, okay, let's try this. This might not work after all. Oh yeah, where there's a will, there's a way usually. So I just thought I would try to get this threaded through here. And like I said, I hope it's not too painful for you to watch me doing this, but where is the end? There it is. See if I can get it. This is painful to watch, isn't it? I am sorry, I apologize. I should have played with this a little bit beforehand, but I thought, oh, I can do this. This will be no problem. It's not as easy as it looks. What needs to happen is this flosser needs to be longer, I think. Oh, there we go. Like I said, where there's a will, there's a way usually. There we go. There. So I just thought this looked really nice on the sample. Now I think they did do it a couple of times, which again is maybe painful for you to watch me do this, but let's see. I could have done it twice through there, couldn't I have? All right, so let's do it one more time. See if I'm a bit faster at it. Okay. I think what the trick is, I just have to find the end and get it up and over this, and I can grab it. There we go. I think I've got it figured out now. All right. It's too bad it isn't just a little bit longer, but it works. One more time. There we go. All right. So I hope I'm going to be happy with this after I've done this. Now, it looks like they did their, they did it into a bow, so that's fine. I can bring this up and cut it off, and we can tie it into a bow. Take my flosser off, and we will tie this before I cut it. Sorry, I've got my dimensional papers here on my table. Okay, I'm going to just tie it into a bow quickly. Hopefully, quickly. Like that. We can adjust this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to leave the tail long because I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with that. So there we have, we got our twine in there. That's the easiest way that I could figure to do it because, like I said, I don't like my twine running inside of my card. All right, we can always move that bow wherever we want it. So there's that. All right, so let me sweep these dimensional papers away so they're not getting kind of staticky, so they're all over the place here. Get them into my garbage so that we don't have to deal with them anymore. There we go. All right, so there's the basics of the front of our card. Then I thought, using this Ladybug stamp set, for the focal point that we want over here on the card somewhere, I'm going to stamp the leaf, and I am using the Very Vanilla cardstock. I'm going to stamp the leaf in Garden Green, and this is a very solid image, and I know I have had some trouble getting the center of it to stamp, so let's hope for the best today. I'll look at it and see that I've got ink everywhere, and then just going to, and we are going to fussy cut this out. And I will just rub it a little bit because, like I said, I've had trouble with the center of it not turning out so good. Ah, very good. All right, so we've got that. And then I punched out the Ladybug body out of black. So I just put a strip of paper in the punch. You can see I did it there. I just put a strip of paper down here and punch the body like that because I don't want the wings done in black. I want the wings to be red. Then I took another strip of real red cardstock and I just slid it in here and cut the wings out. All right, so I have both of those cut out. Now the thing about the Ladybug wings is we need to have some spots on them. So I am going to, there is a stamp inside this stamp set that is the dots for her wings. And so they go like this, and you just sort of center them on there. So we are going to use Memento black ink for the spots on her wings. Get lots of ink on there so they're nice and black. All right, and then you just center them onto the wings. And hopefully that'll be good. There we go, there's her black spots, perfect. And we are going to fussy cut this leaf out. Not with those scissors though, those are my ribbon scissors. I'll just cut around it quickly like this. And fussy cutting is, I always leave a little bit of an edge when I'm fussy cutting. Just think it looks a little bit better than going right onto the ink. And it doesn't take too long. You just need to move your paper, hold your scissors straight. You need nice sharp scissors. That's definitely one thing you need. There. And you just kind of follow the outline of your ink, going around. Again, leaving a little bit of an edge. That, and careful of your, sometimes it's a little tricky around these sharp points, but you can get it. There. So there's our leaf and our ladybug, putting our ladybug together. What I do with the ladybug is I normally take a pencil or a pen, and I want her wings to kind of go upward, give them a little bit of a dimension. So I just roll them up a bit because they're going to go onto her back like that, but I want them to stand up a bit. So that worked out good. I'm going to take my liquid glue and I'm just going to put a little glue along the top edge of her wings where they join to her body. Just like that. And I should probably have my silicone mat out because I don't want glue on this. And then I just put it right onto her neck there. Just like that. Okay, so there she is. And I didn't know if I wanted the leaf to go like that and have her on it, something like that. And then we don't have a greeting for this card yet, so I thought, what did I want the greeting to be? In this stamp set, we have May Your Greatest Wish Come True, My Friend, You Can Bug Me Anytime, Hello, and It's a Good Day. So I thought I would use Hello, which is tiny, tiny. So I've mounted it already. And I think I will just put it on a scrap of Very Vanilla and maybe have it coming out of there. Now, I'm not sure I like the Very Vanilla on there. Maybe I want Crumb Cake. do have a crumb cake scrap here that I was stamping on, so I can use that and have it just coming out. Maybe that would be better. I'll use crumb cake ink for this. And of course, if we don't like it, we can always change it. Or I'm just going to do it right along the bottom here. Okay, and I think I can just cut it with my scissors because it's quite a small word, and maybe I'll angle the end like that. So if I was to do it like that and sit it up on there, okay. All right, so let's get our card put together. Rid of all of our bits and pieces here. Some things in the garbage. All right, so there we go. And because I've got dimensionals on these panels, I think I will just put the leaf in that down, if I can, somewhat flat. Yeah, I think that's good. So I'm just going to put glue on the back of the leaf and just lay it down flat on here. And I'm going to have it overlapping the twine a little bit. And I know it's going over top of the twine, so it's a bit bumpy, but that's okay. I think it'll be all right on there. And then my ladybug on the leaf. So I'm just going to put glue on her body like that, and lay her on there, maybe like that. And then our little greeting. I'm not sure, where do I want her greeting to be? Over here, maybe over here. And I think I'll just glue it flat down also. So this card could be given for any occasion when you've just use the sentiment hello on it. So I think I'm just going to center that right there. Just like that. All right. And I like the twine the way it is. I think it looks really good. The bow there. So there's our card. Quick and easy. And it's an easy way. We didn't use, excuse me, any DSP today. And just made the front a bit of a focal point by cutting those strips up. Tone on tone, I really like that. I like the look of it. And we've already stamped our inside piece with the flower on it. So I'm just going to put that in with my liquid glue. This. And I think I'll center it right in here. And that leaves you lots of room to write. There you go. There's our card. I think that's really cute. And an easy way to use just stamping. And I did use the punch, but you could see I fussy cut the leaf. You could have fussy cut the ladybug. You have all the stamps for the ladybug in your stamp set. And there's a daisy in there. There's some really cute elements in there. All right, so I will show you some other cards that I did in a similar fashion by using just stamping. And I did cut this one into panels also. This one was also inspired from the annual catalog. On page, before we go on, I'll just put this back to our sample that we used, the one we were casing. So there's our card. So quite similar, 3 panels stamped along the bottom, a focal point right there. They did their greeting across the basket, as you can see here, but I did our greeting over on the side. So just, the catalogs are such great sources of samples that you can case. Now this other one that I cased, I'm using the Oceanfront stamp set, which is carrying over. Love this stamp set. This is it here. It is in the new catalog. This is the old catalog, but on page 89, there was this sample with the split in it. So I made this card. So I used Early Espresso for the card base. You can see the card base, Early Espresso. I used Pool Party for the back there. I stamped on Very Vanilla, and then I cut them up and laid them out. I put a piece of, I actually used So Saffron, which has retired, but this is Daffodil Delight, but the So Saffron looked better with it. The Daffodil Delight just looked so bright. And I used a retired stamp that says Enjoy Your Day, and just did a little greeting like that. I thought this might be a good Father's Day card or birthday card for a male. And I did put a piece of ribbon. This is our, I believe this is retired, but it's the suede brown ribbon, Early Espresso. And then on the inside, I just repeated the reeds, or whatever you want to call them there, for the inside. So that one turned out really good. And again, no DSP, no designer series paper, all stamping, really easy. Okay, I did another one. The Pansy Patch stamp set is also carrying over into our new catalog. Love this stamp set. There's dies that go with it that make the most beautiful pansies, but I just want to do some stamping today. So I cut this out. This is Highland Heather. The borders here are Gorgeous Grape, and I use Very Vanilla again. And I just stamped different shades of the pansy. This is Highland Heather, this is Gorgeous Grape, and this is Fresh Freesia, which is a color that they brought back. And I used some retired ribbon on this, but the Happy Birthday comes from the Pansy Patch stamp set right there. I think it's a really pretty little one. And that's how I did that one. So literally just stamped a panel with some flowers, some kind of an image, didn't have to use flowers. And that's as easy as that one is, just a straight panel. And then on the inside, I used my deckled rectangles again and just added a vanilla inside to do my writing on. So there's another one. So all stamping today, no designer series paper, taking my cue from some of the catalog ideas that we have, and just giving us some different things to do. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you next week. Hopefully I will have some new product to show you from the brand new catalog. And again, contact me if you would like to see the catalog in person and have a hard copy of it. All right, hope everybody has a good week.